In this AccuTutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up a DDU chart so you can claim DDU discounts for standard mail flats, parcels, not flat machinable, or bound printed matter flats or parcels, periodical letters, flats, or parcels, and DDU rates are not available for standard mail letters. Just keep a note. Whenever you want to qualify for the DDU carrier route rate, or carrier route rates in general, you have to validate your list with the line of travel box checked. Even if you have a list that the walk sequence number is provided, go ahead and validate your list anyways with the line of travel box checked as well. Of course, unless it's a simplified address list where you don't have any addresses, your walk sequence number is just fine. So once the list is validated, and then we can go ahead and click on the pre-sort button. Once the pre-sort window appears, you go ahead and set up your piece setup. And in this case, we have a standard mail flat setup. And then down here, you want to make sure that you include the carrier route sort level. Up here, we're going to go ahead and type in our zip code for our local post office. And then it shows us where the post office is actually located. Next to it, there's an icon. We can select that icon. And this will allow us to set up a DDU chart. I'm going to go ahead and click Create a New Setting. I'm going to call this My DDU Chart. Now there's two ways of setting up a chart. Either you can enter in your zip code, the zip code that you want to qualify for the rate, and then hit the down arrow. And what it does is it queries the dropship table and says, okay, all of the carrier routes within this particular zip code qualify for the DDU rate. And then you can enter in another zip code and hit the down arrow. And in this case, we entered in 93422. It found the drop key, and that particular post office services both of those zip codes and all of the carrier routes. So at this point, if we wanted to, we could just go ahead and click Save, and all of the mail going to 93465, 93422, and 93423, if you had at least 10 or more pieces going to a carrier route and at least 200 pieces of carrier route mail, or 50 pounds, for standard mail, it would go ahead and qualify for the DDU rate, which is significantly less expensive than the basic rate, basic carrier route. So I brought up the chart here. Let me bring it up screen. So if you look at the chart by the post office, carrier route rates, and in this case we're going to qualify for basic because we don't have a line of walk sequence number. The walk sequence number would give us the saturation or the high density. But in this case we're going to qualify for the basic rate. So if we didn't create a DDU chart and drop the mail at that particular facility, we pay $26.2. By creating the chart and dropping the mail, we're going to save 5.2 cents per piece. That's pretty significant. We're going to come over here, come back to AccuZIP, and then I can go ahead and click Save, and it'll use this particular chart. I can also do something else. I can have the software create the chart for us based on our particular database. So to do that, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and click Save. So now if we pre-sorted the list, it would pre-sort it using this particular chart so we can claim the DDU discount. I could also click on the icon, create a new chart. Let's just call it all drops in database. If I click on this Get DDU Zips, what it'll do is it'll query this database and it'll grab all of the different carrier routes out of this database and the quantity, and it creates a chart for us. So we don't even have to know which zip codes are in this particular database. It queried it for us. And then we just hit Save, and we're good to go.